Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a good start to your Sunday. In today's live, I'm going to be talking about emotional strength and how to build emotional strength. But before I get into it, I just want to remind you all to make sure you sign up to my newsletter. If you haven't done already, you can go to my website and sign up to my newsletter. I share lots of offers and discounts for people who sign up to my events from the newsletter. I also shared a blog yesterday in my newsletter on how to spiritualize your yoga practice, and this is something I've been working on in my own yoga practice, and I really want to go a little bit deeper with it. And so I've been incorporating different sounds into my practice. So go and check out the blog, let me know what you think, and try to spiritualize your yoga practice too, because I really think it elevates your practice into something a lot more deeper and meaningful, and can really have an effect on your emotional well-being as well, which is what we're going to talk about today. So to get into it, in order to develop a sense of emotional strength, it's really important that you, first of all, process your emotions. So emotions that rise up, it's really important that you hold space for them to process them and to feel your emotions. And that's why yoga and the asana yoga practice is really good. And in fact, the whole practice of yoga is really good for processing emotions, because when you're on the yoga mat and stuff comes up, you'll start to feel stuff within your body. You can then release that either through the asana and actually stretching and opening up your body, because we store our emotions in our body, in different parts of the body. And then you can work with your breath to then release those emotions. And it also, like the yoga practice, when you're on your yoga mat, you're in a safe space to allow yourself to feel the emotions, for them to come up, to lift them up, and then to release them. So it's really important that you hold space for the yoga practice to deal with your emotions and feelings. And then it's obviously really important that you release the emotions. And again, you can do that on the yoga mat, but there's so many other ways that you can also release emotions. And I think that's really important that you make sure you release them, because if you don't release them, they get suppressed and stuck in your body. So whenever you feel like a heavy emotion come up, say for example, you feel like sadness come up, and maybe it's like you kind of keep pushing it away because you're kind of getting on with life. And that's important. It's really important that you get on with your life and you don't let your emotions hold you back from doing the things, your responsibilities and duties in life. Like, you've got to actually focus on that and stay grounded in your day-to-day life. But I think when emotions come up and you feel some sort of heaviness or sadness or whatever it might be, that first of all, you just become aware that I'm feeling this, I'm feeling sad. And I know sometimes it can be really hard to accept that you feel sad. So sometimes you can almost mask the sadness or the feeling and the emotion and just be like, let's be positive. Let's be positive. I'm happy. I've got so many things in my life, and gratitude is really important. It is really important to be grateful and see what you've got around you. But we should never ever suppress the feeling and not acknowledge that actually I am feeling sad. And I think, it's really important that you accept whatever emotional feeling is coming up for you. And whether it's someone's triggered you or something's happened that has allowed this feeling to rise up. And I think your feelings are your truth, they're your truth. So if someone, say for example, you're in a situation and someone has done something to upset you, not specifically to upset you, they've done something and it has triggered an emotion in you, which is maybe something like sadness or just feeling hurt or something. It is really valid for you to say to that person, if you wanted to, you did that and that hurt me. And I think sometimes we don't talk about our feelings. We don't talk about, if someone did something to upset you, it can be then just let's avoid that person, let's not be around them. But actually, sometimes it's really just owning your feelings and just saying, this is how I feel. And it's not that you want to try and change it, or you want to try and change the person or get the person to make you feel better. It's just owning the feeling and saying, this is how I feel. And I think that takes incredible strength to be able to just own and accept your feelings instead of trying to mask them or trying to get other people to change to make you feel better, because you're never going to be able to change anyone. So it's really just stepping into your truth when it comes to your emotions and allowing your emotions to come up, to rise, to see them, to feel them, to hear them, to validate them. And again, you can do this just by sitting in meditation and just being aware of the heart space and feeling the emotions that are coming up. You can do it in journaling, and you can write down your feelings and emotions and really just bring them to your awareness. And when you bring them into your awareness, you're shining a light on them. When you shine a light on them, they can then start to heal and release. So it's really important that you do that. And I think also with emotions, like when you get more used to them, and I think as a woman, for me, I am a very emotional being. Like I have so many emotions coming up like all the time. And I think over the years, I've learned about them, and I've learned how actually they're actually just telling me stuff that I need to know about my life and which direction I need to go or what I need to do and how I need to express myself or how I need to speak up for myself. And so I think it's really important, though, that you don't react to the emotions like straight away. I think it's really important that you take the time to reflect on it, to reflect on your emotions. And so if something is coming up for you, take a pause, take a moment in your day, whenever that can be. Like for myself, I know like I'll sit at the end of the day with myself, and whether that is like journaling or just sitting in meditation and just seeing and being aware of the emotion that is coming up for me, and just being aware of it, understanding that this is how I feel and this has happened and this has triggered this feeling and emotion in me, and just giving it your full awareness and light can be really powerful. This is something I want you to really become aware of, is just how powerful your emotions are, and that you know, you can definitely, like emotions can come up and you can definitely suppress them by escaping from them or watching TV or, you know, going out with your friends or, you know, worse still, like, you know, drinking or drugs or whatever it might be to like mask the emotion. But actually it takes so much power and strength to sit with your emotions and feelings, and for your heart space to like open up to the feeling. And I think it's really easy to close our heart off, like, and to be like, I don't want to feel this. I just don't want to feel this. So I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to put myself into that space or around this person because I just don't want to feel this energy. And yes, you definitely have to have boundaries and to protect yourself. But sometimes, you know, like if you want to achieve something, and I'll speak from my own experience. I think there's like a dream I have in my mind of something that I want to create. And every time I've tried to open that door and create that dream, I keep getting pushed back. And it's just like not happening. So for a while I gave up on it, and I was just like, it's just never going to happen. So like, let's move in a different direction. But I think there was always this pull within my soul to say like, you can do this, you can do this. And so I've tried to step into that space again and do it again. And again, I keep getting knocked back, and I think I still keep getting back into those old feelings. And it can be feelings of frustration and anger and sadness. And I think sometimes it is like you need to build up some resilience, and you need to just keep going for it, even though all these emotions and feelings keep rising. And sometimes you think you've processed the emotion or the feeling, and then it rises up again, and then it rises up again. And then so you give up, right? And you know, sometimes you might need to give up and take a pause, take a break, which is what I've kind of done. But it's also then important, if this is a dream or a desire you have, to continue to pursue it, to continue to put yourself into that space, to feel these emotions, to hold space for those emotions, and to allow them to rise up and out. Even if you think you've already processed them and they come again, do it again, and build up that resilience until it comes up again and you just are not affected. Like you just are not triggered by whatever is rising for you. I think that's really powerful. I think if I can get to a place with that in this area of my life, then I definitely feel like I have conquered something, right? I've conquered something within myself. And I think that is like real strength. So yeah, I think allowing your heart to be open, to feel the feelings and to not ignore them and escape them is really beneficial and important. And what I also want to be really mindful and really encourage you to do is to make sure you're really grounded. Like if you have lots of emotions and feelings, you can be very like up here, and emotions and feelings can perhaps like trigger anxiety and worry and things like that. And we can start to get up into our head a little bit, into our head space, and we can really lose our ground. And I think that is really pivotal. Like, if you want to be emotionally strong, that you also need to be grounded, and you have to be really strongly grounded and rooted in yourself, in your truth, in your purpose, and what your day-to-day life is, like really grounded. And I know, and I talk about being grounded a lot, and I do want to share more practices with you all, and I will be doing that, where you can work on grounding yourself, and that can be through meditation. It can be using certain crystals to help you ground. Like, I love using crystals. It can be being more in nature and having like a daily meditation practice. And to be honest, if I'm really honest, if you really want to ground and stay grounded, the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning is just do a meditation where you just ground your energy, and that will just keep you really grounded for the day. And also, if you lose your ground and you get lost into your emotions and your anxieties and worries and thoughts, and you just lose your shit basically, like, that's okay as well. Like, it's so okay to do that, right? We can't always be so controlled within ourselves. So yeah, I think it's really being also confident in your emotions. Like, I think when you practice this and when you start to get to know your emotions and feelings, start to open up your heart, feel your emotions and feelings, and notice what comes up for you, and maybe these are reoccurring emotions and feelings, to then just get confident in it. So then you know that if something happens in your life and an emotional feeling comes up, and you just become aware of it, and you know, okay, this is upsetting me, and I need to take space, take time for myself to release this emotion, and to allow myself to just free myself up from this feeling and emotion that's rising for me. So I think it's then being really confident in what's rising for you. And I think what a lot of us lack is that confidence in our emotions, and the power, knowing that our emotions are so powerful if we know how to work with them. And it is a process, and it's really allowing yourself space and time to explore it. And I'm still exploring my emotions and feelings, and I just feel like I have so many emotions and feelings. There's always something to explore every day. But it has helped me to become more connected to myself, and to feel really strong, actually, really strong. If something happens in my life and it brings up loads of emotions, I know what to do. I know how to work with them. I don't react to them, and I give them space, I hold space, and I work on releasing them. So I feel like I've been getting stronger in my emotional well-being and my emotional intelligence. And, you know, it really is an intelligence. I think sometimes we feel like we need to be up here in our mind, and obviously the mind is full of intelligence, but the heart space, like the heart is, there's so much we can learn from the wisdom of the heart and the intelligence of the heart. And this is where emotions come up from. Our feelings and emotions are coming from our heart space. So yeah, it really is that self-love practice, which is what I always advocate. So it really is like taking the time for yourself and understanding yourself, understanding the emotions and feelings that are rising for you. So I hope that was useful. I feel like I have ranted on and on. I feel like this is a big subject and a big topic, which I really feel quite closely connected to. And I'm really grateful for those of you who've joined in today. There's been quite a few of you, so I'm really grateful that you had come along. Please do share this live with anyone that you feel might benefit from it, because I'm going to share it onto my profile page. It'll also be available on YouTube. Also, just to let you know that I will be taking a 2-week break now from doing my lives, and I will be back in, I think it's the 27th of April. So yeah, I'm just going to take a bit of time for myself. Like, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing at the moment, but I think just resting and doing lots of self-love practices, I guess, right? Self-care practices, and upping my self-love game. So hopefully I'll be able to come back with some more inspiring content for you all. But otherwise, have a really good Sunday, and I will see you in 3 weeks time. Okay, take care. Bye.